Hey, how's it going? This is Wolf. Welcome to Wolf Plays Minecraft. Today we're starting a brand new world in Sky Factory 4. This is a heavily modded version of Minecraft with over 200 mods covering technology and magic and everything in between. Right now we're standing on our one tree, on a dirt block, in the middle of a void. This is how we start out in Sky Factory 4. We're going to have to take down our tree very carefully and get ourselves a safety platform, and we're going to have to build up some resources to get more saplings to build more resources. And we'll start from there. Right now, I think it's going to be a bit of a grind, so we're going to cut over to a time lapse and check in once we've got some more supplies. Alright, we are now at the point where we need to make ourselves a small smeltery so that we can melt down some ambers and get a couple new saplings. If you were wondering, the way that you get new saplings from most of these is the simple recipe of surrounding acorns around a previous sapling to get a new one. Some of them are a little bit more complicated. Some of them will require pouring a molten substance over a sapling. Now the way that you would get that molten substance is to melt it down in a melter or a smeltery. And that's what we're going to do now. So, in order to start, we're going to be making some porcelain bricks, which I've already done. All you have to do is mix clay and bone meal. That'll get you your unfired porcelain. Stick that into a furnace, and that'll make your bricks. Take your bricks, and you can make all the components that I have here on my hotbar. We're going to start out by putting down a porcelain tank that'll hold lava for a heat source. On top of that, we plop down a melter. And from there, we're going to put a faucet. We're going to put a faucet on each side that we want to pour out of. And under those faucets, we will put a casting basin if we want to pour blocks, or a casting table if you want to put down a form to make some ingots or nuggets or other tool parts. And that's about all there is. All we have to do now is grab a bucket, put some lava in the tank, and we will be ready to go. Just wanted to stop to take a couple of minutes to talk about filing cabinets. Filing cabinets are a wonderful addition to Sky Factory 4, and they allow us to store an incredible amount of items. In each filing cabinet, you can put up to 8 different folders, and as you see up in the blue box there, each folder is labeled for one particular item, and while it doesn't hold an infinite amount of those items, for all intents and purposes, it's pretty darn close. It's going to hold basically everything you need it to hold until much later in the game when we might need something a little bit larger. But for now, these filing cabinets are going to do great. We just put a hopping bonsai with a sapling on top of it, and it will collect all of the resources for that sapling into one block. It is wonderful. So here we have our standard Minecraft farm. It's built in a 9x9 square with one water source block right there in the center, and I did put a slab over the top of my water source block so I wouldn't fall into it. We want to build our farm with our crops laid out in rows because they do grow faster when they're laid out in rows. You can plant the whole thing in one crop if you like, but it will grow a little bit faster if you put rows of alternating crops or of different crops. Even if you don't have any other crops to grow, if you only have wheat seeds, just plant a row of wheat and a row of empty space, followed by another row of wheat, and empty space, and so on, because they will grow faster when you plant them in rows. I've also got a cow crusher over here in the corner of the base. The cow crusher is a simple little device. All it is a chest connected to a hopper. All the cows are standing over the hopper in a water source block so that they bounce up and down, and you can easily feed them from right here, and all of their drops will go into the chest. Now, due to entity cramming, which means no more than 24 entities can stand in one block, when we feed up these cows, once there get to be 24 cows here, that's all the number of entities that this one block can hold. So, the next time we feed cows and more cows get into this one block, the older cows are going to die off, drop their drops in the chest, and the new cows will grow up and replace them. And this is pretty much an infinitely renewable source of beef and leather, which is going to be really handy later on. So this is the market. And the market is a wonderful place where you can get materials that you may or may not have access to early in the game to help you progress along. And they do have all kinds of things such as seeds for crops and animals. They have a couple of different saplings, various flowers, and some miscellaneous other things. Now it's just like a villager trade where you click on the item that you want to trade, it'll tell you how much it costs, and you simply plop your materials here and grab your trades. Some of these materials will be necessary for getting a couple of the higher level saplings or other materials later on in the game, so I do recommend you put down your market as soon as possible and just browse through and see what's available. All right, so only about 20 minutes for you guys, but that was probably about 5 days of work for me. I got pretty much every sapling I could get. I'm still missing a couple, but we have most of the saplings. We have filing cabinets with hopping bonsai pots collecting all of our resources. We've done a couple of overnight AFK sessions to get things going, and we've been into the nether, so that gave us some nether quartz, blaze rods. That gave us our simple storage network. That is one of my first goals in this game, is to get that simple storage network going, get us a remote control, because the remote control is awesome. So the simple storage network. We got a controller, we got a storage request table, and we got a bunch of pipe connecting all of our filing cabinets with our bonsai pots, as well as our small smeltery up here. All connects to this. So what we do is we click on our table and it will show us every item that we have connected to our network. And that's amazing. But not only that, it's searchable. You can just pull up any item you need. You can grab a stack of it. You can grab a half stack with right click. You can even middle click and grab a single item. You can craft from this area. You can just drag items in, or since we are attached to the JEI, you can search for a recipe. Like, let's say we needed to make some fence posts. So we search for fence, we can select our type of fence, and click on it. It will actually give you a recipe. We can move those ingredients directly to our crafting inventory and pull them right out. It's amazing. But don't buy it yet, folks. It gets better. So this remote control is awesome. It allows me to access everything that's in the storage network without even being at the storage table. I just hold it in my hand, right click, and we have access to everything. This is going to make a lot of things simpler and smoother as we go about building more things. I know we need to make a mob grinder. We're going to need to make a platform to start working on compact machines. We are going to need to expand our base quite a bit. But in the meantime, I think that's going to do it for this first episode of Sky Factory. We have gotten a lot done. I apologize for all the time lapsing, but again, this first episode was kind of a grind for quite a while, and we didn't really want to sit through all of that together, did we? I know there's going to be a lot more interesting things in the next episode, so look out for that, and thanks for watching.